Thank you all for joining today's webinar. My name is Niyoti and I'm the Staff Technical Support Analyst working with BMC Client Management Product. In today's webinar, we will discuss how mobile device management works in BCM. We will define its key features and benefits, discuss prerequisites and configuration, demonstrate device enrollment for Android and iOS, and highlight mobile device management commands. Additionally, we will introduce Apple Business Manager's integration with BMC Client Management. References for further exploration will be provided, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of MDM and its role in effective mobile device management. BMC Client Management is an essential tool for organizations looking to effectively manage their iOS and Android devices. By providing centralized control over configurations, applications, and security, BMC Client Management empowers enterprises to maximize productivity, enhance security, and ensure compliance in today's mobile-driven business landscape. This means that IT administrators have full control over aspects such as Wi-Fi settings, email configurations, application deployments, and security policies, all from a single user-friendly interface. Let's explore the core aspects or key features of mobile device management. In BCM, MDM maintains inventories of mobile devices and can run compliance queries on mobile devices to ensure that the software usage aligns with licensing agreements and financial tracking requirements. BCM allows us to create customized configuration profiles that govern various device settings, for example, camera usage restrictions, or allow camera usage, however, restrict recording videos. This ensures consistent adherence to organizational policies across all managed mobile devices. BCM simplifies the process of application management by automatically installing essential apps on the target mobile devices. Even if users remove an app, our system ensures its reinstallation the following day, maintaining operational continuity. To safeguard sensitive data, we employ remote security commands such as lock, wipe, and clear passcode. These actions can be executed in response to theft, loss, or forgotten passcodes, ensuring that our devices remain secure and operational at all times. Let's delve into the key prerequisites necessary to establish a robust and effective mobile device management configuration for seamless operation. Firstly, ensure you have the necessary licenses for inventory management of mobile devices. Secondly, it is recommended not to load the mobile device management module directly through the topology, but through the mobile device management or the mobile device manager's node. If you load the module through the topology and if the device is not a selected mobile device manager, then the module will be automatically unloaded. Ensure you have a mobile device user and user account is set up with a valid email address for enrolling mobile devices. Don't forget to register an Apple ID for the creation of CSR certificate signing requests. This ensures seamless integration with Apple's ecosystem and facilitates secure communication between mobile devices and the server. Lastly, a Google account to set up a project and obtain a service account key for Android devices. For more information about the Google Cloud, you can go to Google Cloud Console page. The link is mentioned in the references slide. Let's get started with the demo of MDM configuration for Apple devices. In the console, go to the Mobile Device Management node. Right-click on Mobile Device Manager. Click on Add Device. And select the device which you want as your mobile device manager. I will be selecting Master. Click on OK. Once the server is added, go to the Mobile Device Manager. In the right pane, double-click anywhere and define the parameters. click on OK. Once the parameters are defined, an enrollment URL will be created. This enrollment URL will be used in order to enroll your mobile devices. Let's start with iOS device enrollment. To get started, we will first need Apple Push Certificate. To do so, we will first go to Configuration, click on Apple, right-click, and select Prepare Certificate. Click on Next. In order to create the CSR certificate, we'll have to provide these details. Once the details are filled, we'll click on Generate CSR Certificate, name the file, click on Save. You'll get a confirmation message that the CSR certificate was saved successfully. Click on Close. Now, in order to get the Apple Push certificate, we'll have to go to Apple Push Certificate portal. To go to the portal, click on this link. Now, on the portal, sign in with your Apple ID. Click on Create a Certificate, agree to the terms and conditions, and click on Accept. Choose the file which we created earlier. Click on Upload. After the confirmation, click on Download. Now go back to the console and click on the checkbox to confirm that PM file is saved. Click on Next. In this window, click on Browse and select the PM file which we saved earlier. Click on Open. Once the certificate's open, click on Finish. Certificate common name along with its validity will be populated under the MDM configuration for Apple devices. Now that we have created Apple Push Certificate, let's add the authorized domain and users in the configuration. For the process to work, the user need an email address registered in the directory server. The email domain of this registered email address must be listed in the authorized email domain list. Now let's see how we can add this. In the console, go to the Configuration, Apple, Enrollment. In the right pane, you will see authorized email domains. If the email domain of a user's registered email address in the directory server is bmc.com, then bmc.com must be listed in the authorized email domains list. In a similar way, if you have email accounts added with gmail.com or yahoo.com, same can be defined under this list. So right-click on it and click on Add Email Domain. In my environment, I have multiple email domains. So I'm going to define, for example, gmail.com. Click on OK. I'll be adding another one, bmc.com, and click on OK. Before adding authorized users and user groups, we will first create terms and conditions. For Apple devices, you can see the terms and conditions during the enrollment process. When you add a user or user group in the list, you can also select the terms and conditions associated with it. So let's go to Terms and Conditions, right-click on it, and click on Create New Terms and Conditions. I will name it as BCM Text. Click on OK, double-click on it, and go to Content tab. Here you can define the terms and conditions you would like to set for your user groups. You can add the content and click on Save. Once this is saved, we can go back to Enrollment and go to Authorized Users. In this demo, I will just add one user, right-click and select Add User. As mentioned earlier, you can select the terms and conditions. By default, it selected the one which we created earlier. Select the account and click on OK. Once you add the user, you will have to ensure that the email address is also present. If the email address is not present, we will not be able to enroll the device, nor we'll be able to send an enrollment link to the users. Right-click on the added user and send enrollment link. It will give you the name of the mobile device manager and the language in which the email will be received. I'll click on OK. You will see a confirmation window which shows that the email has been sent successfully. You can click on OK. In the enrollment section, you also have a customization tab. In the customization tab, you can change the logo which will be displayed on the mobile device enrollment page. Click on Browse, select the picture, and click on Open. You can crop a part of the image, or you can enlarge or reduce the image depending on your requirement. I will simply click on OK. As you can see, the default BMC logo has been replaced with the one which I set, and I will click on Apply. At any point of time, if you'd like to set the default BMC logo, you can always click on Reset. Now let's get started with enrolling a mobile device. Earlier in the Authorized Users tab, we had sent an enrollment email to the authorized user. Let's go to your email to verify the same. As you can see, the enrollment URL has been received. Click on the URL to start with the enrollment process. Click on Enroll iOS device. Enter the email address assigned to authorized user. From the drop-down, you have to ensure you select the correct email domain. The password will be of Windows user account, which will be assigned to this email address. Enter the password and click on Next. As you can see, the created terms and conditions can be seen on the enrollment page. Check the terms and conditions box and click on Next. On this page, you will first have to install the certificate authority by scanning the following QR code. On your Apple device under the profile, click on Install BMC Client Management Certificate Authority. Once it's done, it should show up as verified and click on Done. Now go back to the URL and select Show QR Code to scan the QR. Click on Install again to install the BCM enrollment profile. Install. On the window, it will ask whether you can trust this profile. Select on Trust and click on Done. In this way, the enrollment is done successfully. Now let's move on to configuring MDM for Android devices. As we discussed earlier, we will need a Google account to set up a project and obtain a service account key for Android devices. To create a project and obtain a service account key, we will have to go to console.cloud.google.com. Log in with your account and click on Select a project. Since I do not have any projects created, I will select New Project. I will name it as Android MDM and click on Create. It will take a couple of minutes to create a project. Once the project is created, you can click on Select Project. Now from the navigation menu, select Marketplace and look for Android API. Select Android Management API from the list. Click on Enable. Once enabled, go to the navigation menu again and click on IAM and Admin. Under this, go to your service accounts. In the service accounts, create service account. Service account name will be Android Manager. We can keep the default Android-Manager as the service account ID, and we can leave service account description as blank. However, if you would like to describe it, you can do so. I'll click on Create and Continue. Here, we'll select the role for the account. Search for Android Management User. Click on Continue. As the third one is optional, I will leave it blank and click on Done. As you can see, my service account has now been created. Click on the service account and go to Keys, select Add Key and create New Key. Since BCM supports JSON, we will download a file that contains the private key as JSON. Click on Create and click on Close. Once the JSON file is downloaded, we will go back to the console, go to Android. In the right pane, select Install Service Account and navigate to the part where the key is stored. I will select the .json file and click on Open. As you can see, client email, client ID, and project ID gets auto-populated. Now go to Enterprises, right-click, and select Create Enterprise. You can name it as Android BCM Enterprise. You can leave everything else blank. In Terms and Conditions drop-down, you can select the one which we created earlier, or you can set it to No Terms and Conditions. At the bottom, you will find a link to the conditions. You can check the terms and conditions on this page. Once verified, you can check the box to accept the conditions and click on OK. Within a couple of minutes, the configuration status will change to configured. Once this is done, we can go to enrollment. As you can see, authorized email domains and authorized users are already populated. Since we already defined authorized email domains and authorized users in Apple, it will auto-populate under enrollment configuration as well. Now, under authorized users, we can right-click and go to Change User Parameters. This setting will allow us to select the enterprise which we just created. So go to the drop-down and select Android BCM Enterprise. You can also select the profile from the list. Since we do not have any profile created yet, we will leave it as it is. We will go to Profiles to create a new profile for your Android devices. Right-click and create mobile profile. IT support. From the drop-down, we'll select Android. And from the drop-down, we will select Android BCM Enterprise. Click on OK. Once the profile is created, we'll go to the profile. Now, under Configuration tab, you will find various profile settings. For example, system settings, restrictions, passwords, network certificates, network configuration, applications, enforcement rules, and personal usage policies. You can configure any one of these to apply on your Android device. For example, let's select restrictions, click on Add Restriction. Under restrictions, you will have multiple options to select from. For example, factory reset disabled, or data roaming disabled, or SMS disabled. On the other hand, you will also have screen capture can be disabled, adjusting volume can be disabled, etc. So you can select any one or multiple options from this list. Let's say set wallpaper disabled. Once this is set, you can click on Save and go to Enrollment. Now here we already had a user added. You can either edit the parameters for this account or you can add a new one. I will edit the same account. Right-click and select Change User Parameters. From the Enterprise list, I will select Android BCM Enterprise, and from the Profile list, IT Support is by default selected. I will keep this option unchecked as this is a corporate-owned enrollment. Click on OK. Once this is updated, you can right-click on the account and select Send Enrollment Email. Like before, it will show you the mobile device manager and the language in which the email will be sent. Click on OK. A confirmation window will show up that the email has been sent successfully. Now that the email has been sent, let's start with the enrollment process. On your Android device, access the URL which you received on your email. This time, Enroll Android device is not grayed out. So let's select Enroll Android device, type in the same email address associated with your account. From the drop-down, select Gmail. The password will be the same as your Windows account, which is associated with this email address. Click on Next. In the enrollment page, you will find two QR codes. One is for personally owned device enrollment. Second will be for corporate owned device enrollment. For corporate owned device enrollment, you have to ensure that you're either using a new device or you're using a factory reset device. Now that we have covered the demo, let's move on to some key points to remember. After a factory reset or when a device is purchased new, the initial setup screen should be displayed. Enroll the device by scanning the corporate-owned QR code. Trigger the lightweight camera by tapping the screen 6 times. You can use the corporate-owned QR code for successful enrollment of a mobile device. At any time during the life cycle of the device, you can run the camera app and use the first QR code. If you try to use the corporate-owned QR code in this case, the device will show raw enrollment data format and you will not be able to enroll the device. Commands to manage devices. Mobile device management offers several commands for managing mobile devices effectively. Secure the device remotely by locking it, preventing unauthorized access. Remove the lock from the device to allow access. Refresh or modify the device's information stored in the management system. Manage and update the list of applications installed on the device. Ensure the device's security measures are up to date by updating security information and protocols. Remotely erase all data from the device, returning it to its factory settings, typically used in case of loss or theft to protect sensitive information. In addition to the commands mentioned earlier, there are additional commands available in BMC Client Management to manage mobile devices. These commands can typically be scheduled to repeat at specific intervals using a configurable repeat frequency. In the next section, we will discuss the various statuses of mobile commands. If the command is assigned to the mobile device for the first time, the sequence of the command status is as follows. Assignment waiting. The command was assigned to the target mobile device in the console, but the mobile device manager is yet to assign the command to the target mobile device or to the Google Cloud. Assignment notified. The command was assigned to the target mobile device in the console, and the mobile device manager has notified the Apple notification server about the command assignment. The Apple notification server will send the notification to the mobile device. There can be a delay in sending the command from the Apple notification server to target mobile device due to connectivity and other dependencies. Assignment sent. The command was sent to the target mobile device or to the Google Cloud. Executed. The command or command update was run on the target mobile device. Execution failed. The command on the target mobile failed. You can view more information in the error details column. Not notified. This is only for Apple devices. So the command was sent to the target mobile device, but the target mobile device has not sent the status back to the mobile device manager. Starting with BMC Client Management version 24.1, Apple Business Manager compatibility has been introduced, enabling streamlined device management for Apple devices within organizational setups. Apple Business Manager is a web-based portal that implements two major elements: Application and Book Management, which was formerly known as Volume Purchase Program or VPP, Device Assignment, which was formerly known as Device Enrollment Program or DEP. BMC Client Management can be linked to the organization account, thereby extending mobile device capabilities and supporting asset management and enrollment functionalities. To enroll your company into Apple Business Manager, you can follow the link mentioned in the references. Applications and book management is a feature that lets you organize, manage apps and ebooks on Apple devices. It's useful when buying large volume of apps and ebooks for employees. With this, you can easily license and distribute the assets. Even if devices change, you still own the licenses and can transfer them to new devices. Automated device enrollment makes enrolling devices easier. It integrates the enrollment process into the initial setup steps of the device, reducing complexity. In essence, BMC Client Management simplifies iOS and Android device management by consolidating everything in one easy to use interface. This approach not only saves time but also enhances security measures, enabling remote actions such as device lock or data wipe, along with seamless installation and removal of applications. Moreover, by automating inventory tracking and financial information throughout the device lifecycle, BMC Client Management significantly reduces compliance costs. Here are some of the references which will help you in configuring mobile device management in BCM. You can also visit BMC community for latest updates related to all products. I hope this webinar was helpful. Thank you for attending.